There's a reason your manifestations haven't shown up yet. And no, it's not because you're doing it wrong or because the universe is testing you. It's something much deeper, something hidden beneath all your affirmations, visualizations, and techniques. Most people who struggle with manifestation don't realize they are unknowingly sabotaging their desires in a way so subtle that it feels completely natural. And that's exactly why it's so dangerous. You could be putting in all the effort, following every law of attraction technique, yet this one subconscious habit is keeping you stuck in the same reality over and over again. What if I told you that the real reason you're not seeing results isn't because you need to try harder, but because you've been unknowingly rejecting your manifestations the entire time? Think about the last time you tried to manifest something, a relationship, money, success. You affirmed it. You visualized it. You did everything Neville Goddard and other manifestation teachers recommend. But deep down, there was a part of you that was still waiting for proof. A part of you that kept checking your 3D reality, hoping for signs, looking for evidence that it was working. At first, you may have felt excited and full of faith. You told yourself that manifestation was working, that your desire was on its way. But as time passed, doubt started creeping in. Maybe you checked your phone, hoping for a message from a specific person. Maybe you refreshed your bank account, expecting to see an unexpected deposit. Maybe you examined yourself in the mirror, searching for physical evidence of change. And when you didn't see what you were looking for, frustration set in. This is where most people unknowingly fail. The moment you start looking for proof, you step out of the state of already having it and into the state of waiting. And the state of waiting can only manifest more waiting. It's a subtle shift, but it makes all the difference. Instead of embodying the version of yourself who already has what you desire, you fall into the habit of hoping, searching, and doubting. Your subconscious mind doesn't manifest what you want. It manifests what you assume to be true. And if you're constantly checking your reality for signs, what you're actually reinforcing is, I don't have it yet. No matter how many affirmations you repeat or how vividly you visualize, if your dominant assumption is still lack, that is what will continue to be reflected in your reality. Every time you look at your bank account, hoping to see more money. Every time you check their social media, wondering if they miss you. Every time you look in the mirror, searching for evidence of change. You're sending a powerful message to your subconscious. I am still the person who doesn't have it. And that identity, the identity of the person who is waiting, is what keeps you stuck. The solution is not to try harder or do more techniques. It's not about obsessively affirming or visualizing multiple times a day. The real work is shifting into the state of already having it and staying there. This means you must stop seeking confirmation from the outer world and instead rest in the knowing that your desire is already yours. This can feel difficult at first because we've been conditioned to rely on external proof. But the truth is, your reality is simply a reflection of your inner world. If you want to see change, you have to change within first. You must start thinking, feeling, and acting as if your manifestation is already done. This doesn't mean you pretend or fake it. It means you embody the state of having. You carry yourself with the confidence of someone who already has the love, the money, or the success. You trust that the bridge of incidents will unfold naturally, without needing to micromanage or control every detail. The moment you stop waiting is the moment things start shifting. Because when you truly assume your wish fulfilled, reality has no choice but to conform. You might be thinking, but I'm just being realistic. Of course, I need to check my reality. But here's where the trap lies. The very act of checking your reality reinforces the belief that you don't have what you desire yet. And as long as you identify with the state of not having, you continue to manifest more of that lack. Manifestation isn't about magically pulling something into existence from thin air. It's about shifting into the version of yourself who already possesses what you desire. Most people misunderstand this concept because they believe their external world is separate from their inner state. But the truth is, your 3D reality is just a reflection of your assumptions. If you assume you have something, it must eventually be mirrored back to you. But if you assume you don't, you will continue experiencing circumstances that confirm that belief. Think of it this way. Imagine you order food from a restaurant. After placing your order, do you sit there, doubting if it will arrive? Do you keep calling the waiter, asking if the chef is really making your meal? Do you start worrying that maybe the restaurant ran out of ingredients or that they forgot your order? No, you just know it's coming. You trust the process. You might even relax, enjoy the ambience, or talk to a friend while waiting because you have full confidence that your meal is being prepared. But when it comes to our manifestations, we don't trust the process the same way. We place the order, but then we sabotage it by constantly checking, doubting, and questioning if it's really happening. And every time we do this, we delay the very thing we are trying to create. Imagine how exhausting it would be if you treated every order in a restaurant this way, constantly questioning if your food is coming, changing your order halfway through, or even walking out before it arrives because you convinced yourself it wasn't happening. That's exactly what many people do with manifestation. They set their intentions but don't give them time to unfold because they're too busy seeking evidence, which only reinforces the state of waiting. And that's the hidden flaw that blocks results. Not your affirmations, not your techniques, but the simple fact that you keep identifying as the person who doesn't have it yet. If you truly understood that your desire is already yours, you wouldn't need to look for proof. You wouldn't be obsessively checking for signs. You would be living as if it were already a done deal. The shift is subtle but powerful. It's the difference between wanting and knowing, between hoping and assuming. This is why Neville Goddard emphasized living in the end. He didn't say to wish, hope, or even believe. He said to assume, to occupy the state of the person who already has their desire. That means thinking, feeling, and acting as if it's already yours. When you do this, reality has no choice but to reflect it back to you. So the next time you catch yourself checking for proof, remind yourself of this simple truth: if you already had it, would you be looking for it? So how do you fix this? How do you finally break free from the cycle of waiting and step into the version of you who actually receives? The answer is deceptively simple. You must stop identifying as the person who is trying to manifest, and start being the person who already has it. This means no more waiting, no more checking for signs, no more needing proof. It means walking through your day as if your desire is already yours, not because you're acting as if in a forced or fake way, but because you've decided it is your reality. If you're manifesting love, stop wondering if they'll text you. Instead, start feeling the ease and certainty of already being loved. If you're manifesting money, stop checking your bank account in desperation. Instead, start carrying yourself with the confidence of someone who is already financially secure. If you're manifesting success, stop looking for validation. Instead, move through your life knowing that it is inevitable. This is what Neville Goddard meant when he said, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. He didn't mean to force yourself to believe something blindly. He meant to fully embody the identity of the version of you who already has it, without hesitation, without doubt, and without waiting for external proof. But how do you practically do this? Start by shifting the way you think. Instead of entertaining thoughts of lack, worry, or doubt, practice inner conversations that reflect your new reality. Instead of wondering, when will it happen? Tell yourself, it has already happened. Instead of thinking, why isn't it here yet? Affirm, I love how my life is unfolding perfectly. Then, shift the way you feel. If you truly had your desire, how would you feel? Confident, secure, relaxed. Practice feeling those emotions now. The more you condition yourself to dwell in those states, the more natural they become. Finally, shift the way you respond to life. When things in your 3D reality don't seem to match your manifestation yet, don't panic. Don't react as the old version of yourself who doubts and worries. Instead, remain firm in your assumption. If you've already placed the order, there's no need to question if it's coming. You must be unwavering. You must hold onto your assumption regardless of what the external world shows you in the moment. The paradox of manifestation is that the moment you stop needing it, it shows up effortlessly. The moment you let go of desperation and step into certainty, reality rearranges itself to match your new state. So, right now, take a deep breath. Decide that it is done. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now, your only job from this point forward is to remain in the state of already having it. Because when you do that, reality has no choice but to catch up. Now, here's where most people get stuck. They hear this and think, okay, so I just need to stop checking and start believing. But then, a few days pass, and they don't see results, and suddenly, the doubt creeps back in. This is where you have to make a choice. You can either fall back into old patterns, letting the 3D world dictate your inner state, or you can persist. Most people don't fail at manifestation because it doesn't work. They fail because they give up too soon. They let their current reality convince them that nothing is changing, instead of realizing that reality is just a reflection of their past assumptions. When you plant a seed, you don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You water it. You trust the process. You know that, beneath the surface, changes are happening, even if you can't see them yet. But when it comes to manifestation, most people do the opposite. They affirm something once or twice, visualize for a few minutes, and then immediately start looking for evidence. The moment they don't see instant results, they let doubt take over. And in doing so, they shift back into the state of not having. This is why persistence is the key. If you can hold the state of already having your desire without needing proof, you will reach a tipping point where reality has no choice but to conform. Because reality is not creating your beliefs are creating reality. So, what does persistence actually look like? Persistence is not forcing yourself to believe something overnight. It's about making a decision every single moment. It's about catching yourself when doubt creeps in and redirecting your focus back to certainty. It's about refusing to let temporary circumstances shake you. If you're manifesting love and your person hasn't contacted you yet, you don't spiral into worry. You remind yourself, it is already done. I am already loved. If you're manifesting money and your bank account isn't reflecting abundance yet, you don't panic. You embody the state of financial security, knowing that the outer world must follow. This is what Neville Goddard meant when he said, "It is not what you want that you attract. You attract what you believe to be true." And belief is not built in a single moment. It is cultivated through repetition, through persistence, through unwavering faith in your assumption. The people who succeed at manifestation are not the ones who get lucky. They are the ones who decide, who choose, again and again, to trust their inner world more than their outer world. So right now, ask yourself, will you let temporary circumstances shake you? Or will you persist until reality bends to your will? Because the truth is, it is already yours. The only question is, will you hold the state long enough to let it appear? So now, you have a choice. You can keep chasing, waiting, and searching for evidence, staying stuck in the identity of someone who is trying to manifest. Or you can make the internal shift to already being the person who has it. The moment you stop looking for proof and start simply knowing, everything changes. This is the missing piece that no one talks about. It's not about how much effort you put into techniques. It's about whether you truly accept your desire as already yours. When you stop waiting, you start receiving. So tell me in the comments, what's one manifestation you've been waiting for? And after watching this, how are you shifting your approach? I read every comment. Also, watch this next video, which uncovers a hidden belief that many people are unaware of. Just click on the first video that appears on the screen now.